Chuka stared at the screen in disbelief. His breath caught in his throat. There she was, his own mother, doing something he never imagined possible. A shaky hand pressed to his lips, his heart thundering like a funeral drum. He replayed the clip, again and again. Every lie, every manipulation, every moment he doubted his wife. It was all right there, caught in a simple video that would change everything. And for the first time in his life, he saw his mother not as the loving matriarch, but as the monster she had become. Ifeoma never expected marriage to be easy. She was raised by a humble widow in Umuahia, taught to cook, clean, and respect elders. She met Chuka during Inasi, and their love was fiery and deep. He was gentle, patient, and full of dreams. When he proposed with nothing but a simple ring and a promise, she said yes without hesitation. She moved with him to Enugu, into his family house, a bungalow where his widowed mother also lived. First, things were peaceful. Mama Chuka welcomed her warmly, or so it seemed. But behind her kind smiles was a hidden distaste. She believed no woman was ever good enough for her only son. She's not from our village. She doesn't kneel properly when greeting. She adds too much salt to the soup. They were small things, but over time they added up. One morning, while Ifeoma was mopping the living room, Mama muttered just loud enough to hear. Women who shine too bright in their husband's house don't last long. Ifeoma blinked. Was that a warning or a proverb? She didn't ask. The first major blow came when Ifeoma's pregnancy test came back positive. She rushed into Chuka's arms, tears in her eyes. He lifted her and spun her around. A baby! We're going to be parents. Mama watched from the doorway, stone-faced. From that day on, her attitude changed. She no longer joined them at meals. She refused to eat food Ifeoma cooked. She started murmuring prayers loudly at midnight. Then came the accusations. Ifeoma refused to greet me this morning. She didn't wash my clothes. She insulted me in Igbo under her breath. Chuka, torn between the two women he loved most, would try to keep peace. Biko, Ife. Just try. She's old. You know she means well. But Ifeoma began to feel like a stranger in her own home. She cooked, cleaned, served, and sacrificed, yet still felt unwanted. One evening, while she was scrubbing the kitchen, she overheard Mama on a call. This girl is stubborn. She's bewitching my son. But I won't let her win. Over my dead body. Things took a dark turn one Sunday. Mama staggered out of her room holding a teacup and clutching her stomach. She cried out in pain. She poisoned me. That girl put something in my tea. Chuka rushed to her side. Mama, what happened? Mama threw the cup down. Ask your wife. I know what I tasted. She's trying to kill me and take everything. Ifeoma froze. What? God forbid. I never. Quiet. Chuka snapped. How did you make her tea? I didn't. She made it herself. You're lying. That night, he didn't sleep in their room. The next day, he packed Ifeoma's things into a bag. I need time to think. Go to your cousin's place. I'll send for you. He didn't kiss her. He didn't even look her in the eyes. Ifeoma, 6 months pregnant, walked out of that house barefoot, tears streaming, her world collapsing. Amaka lived in Saka. She welcomed Ifeoma like a sister. Forget that woman. If your husband can't see through her lies, let him live with her. But Ifeoma was broken. Her hands trembled constantly. Her nights were sleepless. The betrayal ran deeper than words. It wasn't just about Mama. It was that Chuka didn't trust her. Weeks turned into months. She gave birth in a government hospital with only Amaka by her side. No flowers. No visitors. Just pain and silence. She named her daughter Ziora, the answer of prayers. Because even in pain, she still believed in hope. She began selling food from Amaka's kitchen. Soups, jollof rice, moi in takeaway packs. Helped her cope. Helped her forget. Until the day Amaka walked into the room, phone in hand. "I think you need to see this." Back in Enugu, a young tech-savvy neighbor named Ikeen had installed CCTV cameras in his compound after a robbery scare. One of the cameras pointed toward Chuka's backyard. He had noticed strange movements. Mama sneaking into corners, pouring substances on the soil, muttering. Out of curiosity, he played back some footage. Then he saw her pouring powder into her own tea. He saw her feeding stray dogs with food, then acting shocked when they died. He saw her talking on the phone about her plans to separate her son from his wife. He was stunned. Should he mind his business? But Ikeen's conscience wouldn't let him rest. So he went to Chuka and said, "I know it's not my place, but you need to see this." Chuka watched the videos in stunned silence. Each second stabbed him deeper. His mother, the woman he revered, was manipulating everything. He replayed the footage, watched her switch cups, watched her practicing facial expressions in front of the mirror, watched her say, "She'll leave this house in shame. My son will never choose her over me." Tears rolled down Chuka's cheeks. His fists trembled. He remembered how Ifeoma cried the day he accused her, how she begged him to believe her, how he shut the door on her and their unborn child. He had broken her because of his mother's lies. The next morning, Chuka drove to Nsukka. When Ifeoma saw him at the gate, holding flowers and kneeling, her heart sank. "Ifeoma, I saw the video. I was blind. I was wrong. Please, forgive me." She didn't speak for a long time. She stared at him with pain, with rage, with love buried under layers of hurt. "Do you know what you did to me, Chuka?" she whispered. "You chose her lies over our vows. Over our child." He broke down. "I'm ready to earn your forgiveness for the rest of my life." She didn't hug him, but she let him in. Chuka moved Ifeoma and baby Ziora into a new apartment, away from Mama. He resigned from the family house, sent his mother a monthly allowance, but told her, "You're no longer welcome in our home until you get help." Mama cried. He screamed. She threatened. But this time Chuka didn't bend. With time, he and Ifeoma attended counseling. They prayed. They healed. Ziora learned to walk, then to talk. She would run to Chuka and say, "Daddy, kiss Mummy." And he would. Every time. Gratefully. They built their business together, started a foundation for women facing domestic emotional abuse, and shared their testimony in churches. People said Ifeoma was foolish for forgiving. But she said, "Forgiveness is not foolishness. It's freedom. But you must earn it." Mama eventually moved in with her sister in Abakaliki. She never admitted to anything. But she aged quickly. Her schemes had cost her more than she realized. Chuka never stopped regretting. But he turned that regret into redemption, being the husband he should have been from the start. As for Ifeoma, she became a voice for truth. A woman who walked through fire and came out refined, not burned. Because sometimes the truth doesn't just set you free. It shows you who was truly in chains all along. If this powerful story touched your heart, please like, comment, and subscribe to The Gracious Voice. We bring you real, emotional, and unforgettable African stories every week. Don't miss the next one. It might just be your story.